below your formula in the code book they've given, where beta is equal to, they've given the formula for beta also. Beta is equal to 1.4 minus of 0.076 into by t into fu by into fy by fu into bs divided by lc. Okay, this should be less than your fu gamma m naught divided by fy gamma m1. The entire formula is in your code book. Just below this formula is TDM, stands for your strength. Okay, rupture strength for your tension members. So below this formula, immediately they have given where beta is equal to, what is the formula used to calculate your beta value? So beta will be equal to 1.4 minus 0.076, okay, into W by T into Fy divided by Fu, ds divided by Lc, Fu into gamma m naught divided by Fy into gamma m1. Now what are the things you don't know? You don't know what is the meaning of W now. T you know. T stands for the thickness. Okay, how will you get your thickness? Suppose you have some angle section, ISA 100 by 100 by say 8 mm. This is nothing but your thickness value. 8 is nothing but your thickness value. So from the angle section, you will get what is the thickness. Fy, you know, it depends on the grade of your plate. So for Fe 415, Fy will be 250, Fu will be 410 Newton per mm square, Bs. We do not know what is Bs. I'll tell you what is that. Also, we do not know what is Lc. Then this beta should be less than Fu. We know Fu, we know gamma m naught, we know even Fy, gamma m1. All gamma values. Please remember, any module, it is taken from table number 5, page number 30 of your IS 800. So there are three things what we don't know. One is your W, one is your BS, one is your LC. Okay, I'll tell you what is that now. Suppose I take an IS angle section. Okay, so say this is your IS angle section what I'm using. Okay, this dimension now in tension members, the what is it? Dimension of this leg will be known as W. I repeat, in the design of tension members, what I have drawn a single ISA angle section. Okay, this is the figure of a single ISA angle section. So when we draw the figure of a single ISA angle section, the length of this leg will be called as W. Okay, the length of this leg will be called as W. This is known as the thickness of the leg. This is same. Okay, this value or this value, this is nothing but the thickness of your ISA angle section. Okay, then here what is done, the connection for a single leg, or it will be connected to the gusset plate at the bottom like this. Okay, this ISA angle section is connected to your gusset plate. Okay, what I have drawn, this is a plate member to which your angle is connected. I am trying to connect my ISA angle to a plate known as your gusset plate. How is this angle connected to your gusset plate? With the help of your bolts. Okay, this like for example, if I consider bolted connection, so this will be connected using your bolts like this. This ISA angle section as well as this will be connected via your bolts. Same concept. Suppose it's a welded type of your connection, you will make a, I'll just draw that also. Suppose you take welded connection, what happens? This ISA angle section, and you have a gusset plate here. Okay, the welding, where are they going to make the welding? Always at the junction of the two members. You have one junction over here, this section and this section, one junction is over here. So you will fill it with the welding material here. One more junction between your angle and your plate is this. So you're going to do the welding here. Okay, we do not make the welding at the junction here. I mean, wherever they're in contact here, we'll not do the welding. We'll do the welding at the junction of the two members. You have one junction over here, one junction to the right, one junction to the left, and one junction to the right. Suppose it is a welding type of connection. There also, the length of this leg will be known as W. This will be the thickness of the angle. This is your gusset plate, and this is a welding what you do. So in bolted, so we are going to, depending on the number of bolts we get from the design. Now I've just shown a single bolt. So many bolts will be used to connect this member to this particular gusset plate. Okay, what is this leg known as? This leg is known as your outstanding leg. Please remember, always the leg which is not connected will be known as your outstanding leg, or the leg which is free is known as your outstanding leg. It is very important when you try to draw your figures, or when the figures are not given in your question. So there are chances you get confused, like which is your outstanding leg to be taken and which is your connecting leg that has to be taken. Always the leg which is free. Now you can see this is not connected to anything. So the leg which is free will always be known as your outstanding leg. The leg which is connected to any member or some plate will be known as your connected or your connecting leg. Okay, so sometimes they call it as connected leg and sometimes they will call it as connecting leg. Why is it called as connecting? It is connecting to a gusset plate below. Okay, so this is how you have to identify the difference between your outstanding and your connecting leg. Whatever this value of W, this W is nothing but the value of your outstanding leg. Okay, the length of your outstanding leg. Suppose I have an Indian standard angle section, ISA, say 150 by 100 by 8 mm. Okay, so suppose I have the angle section 150 by 100 by 8 mm. Now, the first dimension is always the dimension of your outstanding leg. Now, this is going to be 150. The second dimension 100, this connecting leg is 100. Then 8 mm, this T value what I've written, T can come this side or this side. Both this thickness will be 8 mm. Okay. So the first dimension is for your connecting outstanding leg, second dimension for your connecting leg, and third dimension for your thickness. So this is how from the given angle section you have to write it down in your figure. Okay, so this is the connection they follow if it is your bolted connection, and it is going to be connected in this particular manner if it is a welded type of your connection. Okay, one more thing what you have to know is the distance between the edge of this plate till the center of the bolt. Okay, if I take the center of this bolted connection, the distance between the center of the bolt till the edge of your leg, this will be known as your WT. Okay, this will be known as your WT, or sometimes it will be known as your WL. Sometimes they use WL or WT, whatever. It is the distance between the center of your bolted connection to the edge of your leg. Okay, so this is how you have to write the value of W, or substitute the value of W in that beta formula. Okay, then you had one more terminology known as BS. In that formula of beta, you had one more formula known as your BS. Okay, see here. Now we got to know what is W. What are the two more unknown parameters we have? BS and LC. Now let us see what is BS and LC. BS is known as your shear lag width. Okay, BS is known as your shear lag width. Okay, so again in your code book, the formula of BS is there in page number 33. Okay, I'll show you in the next class where that exactly you get that formulas and all. Today just try to understand the basic concept. Next class anyways I'll show you the code book and say you where we are getting it from. Okay, so here BS. Now from your page number 32 of your code book, BS is nothing but your shear lag width. Okay, so there will be some amount of what to say, gap between your connection. Okay, here there is between this member and between this member, sometimes there is going to be some little gap that will be known as your lag width. Okay, so that is known as your lag width. Why does it happen? It happens due to your shear force developed in the member. The shear force which is developed, generally it will develop at the junction of any two members. So initially when you try to connect this member to this member, at the junction of these two members, there will be a shear force that is developed. Due to the shear force that is developed, what happens? This width, okay, this width can, this member can shift either little towards the left or little towards your right side due to the shear force that is developed. So that is known as your shear lag. Okay, so there is some lagging which is taking place. So it is known as your shear lag width. Okay, so don't worry about the concept now. So that BS formula is given in your code book as BS will be equal to W plus your WL minus of T. W plus WL from these two values, we have to subtract the thickness of your angle. Okay, so BS is W plus WL minus of T. Now this is applicable for your bolted connections. Okay, this is applicable for your bolted connections. Why? Because WL term we get it on WL or WT term we get it only for bolted connection. What is it? WL, it is nothing but the distance from your center of your bolt to the edge of one leg. From the center of the bolt till the edge of one leg, it is your distance. So that is why this is a formula for your bolted connection. Suppose we have welded connection, that time your shear lag should be taken as equal to W. In case of welded connection, your BS or your shear lag width will be equal to this length of your outstanding leg itself over here. Okay, we don't have any WL term. That is the reason here the shear lag width will be equal to the width of your outstanding leg itself. So this is the main difference what you have to do when you have the difference between your bolted and your welded type of your connection. So this formula is very important. Okay, so please keep that in mind. So this is your shear lag. The last term what is unknown is, I'll just tell about this and then I can end the session. I think they've already scheduled your next class. Okay, so LC is nothing but your distance between your outermost bolts. It comes like it's different for your bolted and welded connection. Now if I talk about your bolted connection, your LC, okay, LC is the distance between your outermost bolts. Okay, quickly let me draw the figure. Suppose this is your plate what you have. Okay, now the two plates will be connected. Okay, so say you have two plates, the two plates will be connected using your bolts, or maybe it is connected using your bolts. What is the LC value? LC value is the center to center distance between your outermost bolt. This is outermost bolt from this side, this is outermost bolt from your other side. Whatever is the center to center distance between your outermost bolt, that is your LC in case of your bolted connection. Now, what is your LC in case of your welded connection? In case of your welded connection, you have to take LC is equal to L1 plus L2 divided by 2. Okay, you have to take LC is equal to L1 plus L2 divided by 2. What is the meaning of that? L1 and L2 are nothing but your length of your welding. Say on the top edge or the top plate, the length of the weld, say it is L1. Okay, at the bottom portion, say the length of your weld is L2. Okay, so if you have to find out LC, LC is the average of these two welding length. Here it is the center to center distance between outermost bolt. When it comes to welded connection, it is the average of the length of your welding. So the formula is L1 plus L2 by 2. Say suppose you have three side welding, what will the formula will become? It is average. I said average means L1 plus L2 plus L3 divided by 3. Okay, you're finding the average. So total terms divided by that many. So if you have three sides, in the denominator also it will become 2. Here you had two terms in the numerator, so in the denominator also you have 2. Or in other words, it is nothing but your average length what you have to take. LC is the average length. So these are the three main steps what you have in the design of your tension members. So in the next class, that is tomorrow, we'll start with the problem. So that time you'll understand it better, as well as I'll show you the page number 32 and 33, how to take the formula and where is the formula present. So this is the basics what was required before starting with your problems.